GeoForms, a platform for georeferenced data capture. Each user signs in with their credentials. The dashboard adapts to their role and permission. From the project list, the designer creates a new project. Each project is defined by a unique code, a descriptive name, the projection it operates in, the reference frame, the area of interest, and the campaign window. Once created, the project opens in the Form Designer. The schema is built as a tree of groups, layers, and relations, the same organizing model used by QGIS and other professional GIS tools. We begin by creating two groups inside the project. The first, base map, will hold the background imagery that surveyors see on the tablet. The second, field data, will hold every captured layer and every attribute the program needs to collect. Inside base map, we connect a raster service. GeoForms accepts any WMS, WMTS, or XYZ source, ESRI, Google, OpenStreetMap, IGM, or an internal tile server. Inside field data, we add two layers. The first, plots, has a polygon geometry. Every parcel drawn in the field will become a record in this layer. The second, owners, has no geometry. It stores attributes only and will be joined to the plots through a relation. This separation lets the schema mirror the real world. One plot can have several owners, and one owner can hold several plots. For each layer, the field designer opens. GeoForms supports the same field types used in QGIS and QField: text, number, date, image, Boolean, file attachment, range, coordinates, and catalog dropdowns. Every field has a configuration panel. The designer can rename the label, add a helper description, mark the field required, set minimum and maximum values, define a default expression evaluated by QField itself, restrict input with a regular expression, and choose the widget the surveyor will see. Visibility rules allow the form to react to its own answers. A section can appear only when a checkbox is on, or when a specific value is selected. Fields can also depend on other fields. A typical example: pick a country, and the city drop-down filters itself to that country's catalog. This kind of cascade is built directly inside the Form Designer, no code, and no developer required. When the plots and owners layers are connected by a relation, GeoForms automatically generates the master detail interface, both in the web application and in QField. Selecting a plot reveals its owners. Selecting an owner returns the parent plot. The schema and the user experience stay in sync, without manual UI work. From the project detail, the designer assigns the field technicians who will work this campaign. Each assignment is scoped to an enquadra, the area of interest where that surveyor is authorized to capture data. With a team in place, the designer clicks Genera Proyecto. The project is now packaged and ready to be downloaded by QField. On the tablet, the technician opens QField and signs in with their GeoForms credentials. The application connects to the server and retrieves the list of projects assigned to that user. Only projects within the user's permission scope appear, ensuring they see exactly the work that belongs to them. The technician selects the project and downloads it. QField pulls everything in a single package: the form schema, the base map, the layer definitions, every custom field, every validation rule, and the relations between layers. The project is now ready to use, even without an internet connection. Out in the field, the technician begins data capture. They locate the first parcel on the base map, switch the plots layer into edit mode, and trace its boundary directly on the tablet, each vertex tapped precisely onto the high-resolution imagery. When the polygon is closed, the form designed in the office opens automatically. The technician fills in every required field. They type the plot code. They select the crop type from a catalog dropdown. They tap the date field and pick the date of the visit. They take a photo straight from the tablet camera. The image is attached to the record with GPS coordinates and timestamp embedded as metadata. A numeric field for surface area calculates automatically from the polygon geometry, thanks to the default expression configured by the designer. When the country field is set to Ecuador, the city dropdown filters itself instantly to Ecuadorian cities, exactly the dependency the designer built. The surveyor picks Loya. Required fields stay highlighted until they are satisfied. Validation rules prevent out-of-range numbers from being saved. If a value falls outside its limits, QField rejects it inline and explains why, so the issue is caught at the source rather than at desk review. The plot record is now complete, but the work continues. The schema includes the owner's detail table. The technician opens the relation panel, taps Add Owner, and a new form appears for the first owner: national ID, full name, contact phone, and ownership percentage. They save the owner. They tap Add Owner again, and a second owner is captured for the same plot. Two records in the detail layer, both linked back to the parent plot through the relation defined in the form designer. QField presents the master and detail navigation with a clear breadcrumb. From the owner form, the surveyor can return to the parent plot with a single tap. A counter on the relation panel shows how many owners are currently attached to the plot, and the same pattern applies to any other detail layer in the schema. The first record is closed. The technician moves to the second parcel, draws its polygon, fills the master form, and adds its owners, this time 3 of them. The form behavior is identical and the relation remains consistent. All photos, geometries, and attributes are stored locally on the tablet. No internet connection is required during capture. The surveyor works at their own pace, walks the parcels, and trusts the form to enforce data quality on every keystroke. Once the tablet returns to coverage, the technician taps Sync. Geometries, attributes, photos, and every relation row between master and detail are uploaded to the GeoForms server in a single operation. Back in the office, the project manager signs into the web application and navigates to the project's Explore view. The 2 new polygons appear immediately on top of the base map, exactly where the technician drew them. This is the staging area, datos previos, the controlled environment where every captured record waits for review before reaching production. The reviewer opens the first record and inspects every field. They can correct a typo, complete a missing value, attach a comment for the surveyor, or run validation rules across the whole batch. The owner's detail records appear nested under their parent plot. The master detail relation captured in the field is preserved end to end. When the reviewer is satisfied, they mark the record as validated. The same workflow is applied to the second polygon. With both records cleared, one click on Payzer Al Master promotes them into the production dataset. Every action, review, edit, validation, promotion, is captured in the audit log. In the master dataset, the records are now part of the production database. Each plot carries its geometry, every captured attribute, the linked owners, and the field photos. The data is identical to what was entered in QField. There is no drift and no loss of fidelity between field and office. From the master view, the team can filter, search, and preview the layer as a table. Single-click export to shapefile or datos de capa makes the dataset available to any downstream system, GIS analysis, business intelligence, or integration with corporate platforms. Field campaigns evolve. New questions surface. New stakeholders ask for new metrics. GeoForms allows the schema to grow without disrupting work already in progress. The designer returns to the form editor and opens the plots layer. They add 2 new fields, an estimated yield in kilograms per hectare, defined as a numeric field with validation, and an inspection note as multiline free text. Both fields are saved, and the project is republished as a new version. Every record already captured stays intact. The 2 new columns simply appear empty, ready to be filled. There is no data migration, no manual schema update, and no downtime. On the tablet, the technician taps Sync to pick up the latest version of the project. QField recognizes the schema change and highlights the 2 new fields on every existing record. Geometry, photos, and prior answers all remain in place. The new fields are clearly marked, ready for the surveyor to complete on the next visit. The technician opens each plot record. They enter the estimated yield as a numeric value, and they type the inspection note, describing canopy condition, pest signs, or any observation relevant to the campaign. The records are saved locally on the tablet. The technician taps Sync. The new values travel to the server in seconds, Only the changed data is transmitted. From a blank canvas to a complete round trip, the form designed in the office, the data captured in the field, the records validated, the master dataset updated, and the schema extended without friction. GeoForms keeps the entire workflow whole, one platform, every step, from design to dispatch to master.